What is going on, guys? Jim like Halo here, back in. Today, as you can see, we're talking about Kirby Planet Robobot. Now, this copy I actually have the cover of. This is like, I got this brand new. What year, I don't know, but brand new copy. And it has the little cartridge in here. So, pop that in, and we'll get to business. Also, as you can see in the back here, this works with all amiibo, which it does is give you copy abilities. I did get this one Kirby amiibo for this game. I think it came out, if I remember correctly, it was June 10th, 2016 this game came out. That's when the amiibo came out the same day, so. These were a little bit higher quality amiibo, since this wasn't the OG Smash line, it was the, couple of years after, but let's listen to a little jingle here. Nice little Robobot Kirby tune, and get into the game. Now, this game, just like Triple Deluxe, has the side modes. So this one had Kirby 3D Rumble, which was the first 3D Kirby game. I say that because technically Kirby's Air Ride was that, but you know, like mainline or whatever. I mean, it's still a spin-off though. It was, in reality, it's just Forgotten Land. And then there's also Team Kirby Clash, which got a deluxe thing on the 3DS, and there was Super Kirby Clash on the Nintendo Switch, which was basically the same thing, but let's get into it. So, as you can see, we got Story Mode, Meta Nightmare Returns, which is Story Mode, but you play as Meta Knight, and then the Boss Rush Arena, and the other two ones are right here. So, I mostly completed everything in the game. The only reason it doesn't say 100% completion is because I didn't get all the charms. I did get all the code cubes, just like I did in Triple Deluxe with all the, what were they called? The little flowers that you got. But yeah, just like Return to Dreamland, this game is, or just like Triple Deluxe as well, this game is 60 FPS. Even though it's a very nice looking game, even on the 3DS. There's something about 3DS games I really love, like how they look, even though they're only 240p. I don't know, they look kind of HD. Like I said, it's probably just because of how the display is with the pixel density, but they look really good. They age really well. And from what I've heard, this game is eventually going to be remastered on the Switch. So this game, if any, to come from the 3DS would be awesome, because Planet Robobot is my favorite 2D Kirby game. It was my favorite Kirby game until Forgotten Land came out. That was my new favorite because it's just so good. But that's for another video. But basically, yeah, the main mechanics of this Kirby game in particular were, not only was there some new abilities, but the Robobot aspect of it is Dreamland gets like mechanized by these invaders, and because of that, there's this big robotic suit that you'll get to see I get to use here, and that robotic suit has its own suite of copy abilities that you can use, and use it to fight bosses, use it to solve puzzles and stuff like that. It's like it's gimmick of the game, I guess you could say. You know how new Pokemon games always have their Terras, their Megas, whatever. This game has, instead of the Hypernova huge suck ability, it has the mechanized mechanized mech. What am I saying? The mech you ride and drive and whatever and use. And it's really cool, which I'll show you here in a second here, as soon as I get here. I think it's on the first level, it might have been on the second level, but when you don't have all that, it basically plays exactly like Triple Deluxe. I mean, it's a 3DS Kirby game, it's built off the same engine of that. It still has the background and foreground stuff, but it doesn't have all the abilities that were in Triple Deluxe. It just has some of the new ones. I thought UFO was a new one, which you can see here. I don't have my amiibo thing on me, actually, never mind. I don't have a new 3DS, so I can't just tap it on the screen. Need the little puck, the white puck, but it works. So, anyway, that's about all I have to say there until I get to the mech here, which is like the Mecha Wispy Woods. You have to fight with it. Also, another thing I wanted to mention while I was getting this is the music in Planet Robot is so good. They need to put this on Nintendo Music immediately, because while I love the music in Triple Deluxe, the tunes in this game are somehow even better. Like, this game still has my favorite music of all the Kirby games. It's just so good. Like, the little bits of pieces that they have the Planet Robobot soundtrack in Star Allies is just amazing. We'll talk about that game when we get to it. But yeah, overall, Kirby Planet Robot, great Kirby game. Like I said, my second favorite, just because of Forgotten Land being really good. This is the best one, the 3DS, the best 2D one in my opinion, and a lot of people really love this one too as well, so that is what I think. Also, once we defeat this invader armor here, we're going to get our first Robobot armor in 2 seconds. I always like the bosses in Kirby. They're just fun. Just bosses in games in general, I always just love fighting. That's like why I love Metroid Prime so much. We get our ability, and this is just our regular like Kirby mech ability. It's just like punching and stuff and being supercharged. But this thing in itself can scan, as you can see, and then it gets its own fire ability you can use, which is really, really cool. This is so much more than just like a super gimmick thing. It's like if it has its own abilities, it can do its own things, which you also use for its own boss fights in the 2D scrollers. Where there's parts where it like flies and stuff like that. It's really, really cool and really, really fun to mess with. But yeah, overall, that's the main game for you. Great bosses, great music, great levels, great gameplay, all that good stuff. Let's get on to the side modes. So as I mentioned before, we have Kirby 3D Rumble and Team Kirby Clash in this game. Now both of these versions are like the free-to-play inferior versions to the full-on counterpart. So the 3D Rumble only has 3 levels, but either way, like the fact that you get these bonus little games that then ended up turning it into their own like full-on little like eShop games is really cool. And like I said, first little 3D Kirby thing, they made it a bigger deal than it actually was, but it's still really cool and fun. It's basically just like a little puzzle. You have to use the enemies and spit them out in a certain way to get the highest score. It's really not that like crazy or complicated or anything like that. But it's fun. It's a fun little side mode, like I said. It's cool that you even get these at all as like a bonus little mini game, stuff like that. But yeah, Kirby's 3D Rumble, not that crazy or anything. Just a little fun side mode. Surprised it even turned into a full game, to be honest, but I don't know. DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe was, so there you go. Now, Team Kirby Clash I really liked a lot, just like how I loved Kirby Fighters. As even just a bonus mode, I absolutely loved playing it. It's just like really fun to be able to have like these classes and they all have their own levels that you can rank up, and then they have their own stats and stuff like that. It's just really cool how that worked. I'm glad they actually turned this one into a full game. Which is interesting about this one is the full game actually wasn't paid like this. They made it a free to start game, as they call it, because you had the gem apples as microtransactions that you could use to speed up your time and like use continues. And for some reason I was a stupid kid and like, oh yeah, I should buy gem apples because it grew your gem apple tree and then you got even more of them. It's all just a big microtransaction scam. Now there's the one on Switch with Super Kirby Clash, but I got so into Clash Deluxe in the 3DS that I like did everything in there. I think, at least for the most part, I can check it after this, that I didn't really play Super Kirby Clash that much because it's mostly just the same thing anyway. But basically you just fight bosses, you get, as each class has their own abilities and stuff like that, you can rank them up, and it's a fun little thing. I liked it. Nothing too crazy as well. Definitely preferred it over 3D Kirby Clash Blast. 3D Kirby, what am I saying? Kirby's 3D Rumble, that's what it was. I'm so sorry. I just can't speak sometimes. But yeah, that's for your main side modes. I will show the quote-unquote full version, since this isn't, but even the 3DS full release version of it isn't technically the full version, because like I said, there's Super Kirby Clash, which is literally Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, but it's on the Switch. Maybe it had some extra things. It wasn't anything like super crazy or anything, but I don't know. It was HD, so that's different, I guess. But here we are right here, Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. Like I said, it's free. You can't get it anymore, though. And I don't think you can buy the gem apples anymore because they shut down the eShop. So you also, I think you used to be able to play with people online on this. You could definitely do download play and stuff like that. But and local you can still do. But I don't know. It had Street Pass too. Yeah, you were able to do online, and then I changed the time so you don't get gem apples because they don't want you scamming the game. But look at my freaking tree. It was like one of these, maybe. Now it's just this big thing because I spent money. So it has its own little hub thing. Your profile you can customize and everything, but it has the usual team quests, and then there's these areas, and each of these areas have their own bosses. And then they have like the tougher versions, and then you can spend apples to get them or whatever, which is kind of stupid, but you know, whatever. But yeah, it's mostly just the same thing. but more fleshed out, in depth. There's definitely more to it with the levels and the progression and all that stuff. So it was really cool that it was actually free, and you didn't have to pay for it at all. And it was like more people were playing it because it was multiplayer and online. So I thought that was really cool. So I definitely really enjoyed this. I'm glad it had a Switch version for anyone who didn't play it on 3DS. But if you're like me and played it already on here, there was really absolutely no reason to play the Switch version. Since it was already there, but it was free as well, so whatever. Anyway, this is like so far removed from Triple Deluxe at this point. I'm talking about the side games more, but yeah, overall, Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot. Planet Robobot has a ton to offer. It's a great Kirby game. I really do hope they do bring it back to the Switch, because it's one of the best Kirby games, if not the best. You could argue it's the best, and I could agree with you. I just think Forgotten Land is the current best one, but yeah. Best Kirby 3DS, best 2D, the Kirby, great music, soundtrack, all that. And highly recommend playing it if you get the chance. Like I said, if it comes to Switch, definitely check it out. They'll probably add even more deluxe content like they did with Return to Dreamland. So we'll see if it comes. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Kirby Planet Robobot and its like full-on side game versions with Blowout Blast and 3D Rumble, they call it originally, and it's a lot to offer. It's a great game, a lot of content. Definitely one of the best Kirby games to play. I'd say like Return to Dreamland, Triple Deluxe, Planet Robot, and Forgotten Land. Those are like the core four for me. You play those four, you're gonna have a good time with Kirby. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed this other Kirby video, and I will see you next time when we talk about Star Allies. So see you in the next one. Subscribe if you want to be notified when that comes out, and like this video if you want to see more Kirby videos, because I'll definitely make one on Forgotten Land. I still got to do that one, but yeah, catch you later.